Welcome to Take 5. We're going to begin today with breath intention setting and meditation to kind of set up ourselves for the weekend. As we do Monday to set ourselves for the week, and then Friday to set ourselves for the weekend. And I'd like to invite you to contemplate on the intention for gratitude. Have this as your intention throughout the class and repeat it 3 times in your head. Each time you remember, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful in present time. There are so many things to be grateful about. And on the top of my head, I, for example, have a gratitude journal that I list 111 things I'm grateful for. Yes, I do write them down at full moon each month. Not a daily thing, but daily I try to remind myself to be grateful as often as possible. And sometimes it's hard to think, oh, wow, this happened and that happened, and it's hard to be grateful or whatever, but just be grateful for your breath, for existing, for all the people in your life that are amazing, for the trees and the air that you breathe and the clean water that you drink. Hope you drink clean water. And I have a funny example. Tonight I'm performing at a place in Hollywood. I'm a DJ and a producer, if you didn't know. I'm performing in a club here in Hollywood that ex-boyfriend just cheated on me in the same club like a month ago. Wow. Did I dodge a bullet with that guy or what? I'm so grateful. Grateful for everything. So we're gonna begin our practice, and I do have a new musical instrument I wanted to show you. And it could be a little bit too much throughout the practice, but I will use it for intention setting. So each time you hear this sound, think about your intention and repeat it 3 times in your head. Huh? Isn't that cool? I'll have a stick somewhere handy. So let's begin. Close the eyes if you haven't done so. Relax the entire being. That includes your physical body and your mind and your spirit. Begin relaxing the scalp, the skin on top of your head, relaxing all the cells, causing them to function at their best. Relax the eyebrows, relax the jaw muscles, the eye socket, and notice how your shoulders are. Is one shoulder higher than the other one? Relax both of them and back. Relax the throat area and the chest. Relax the arms and hands and fingers. Relax the abdominal and gently move the air in there on inhalation. And continue to maintain this belly breath throughout the practice. Inhaling, belly moves forward. Exhaling, belly towards the spine. much as possible throughout all the poses, try to maintain that belly breath. If the breath is restricted just to the chest area, that means that perhaps you're too deep in a pose or you're holding too long, so make adjustments accordingly. Relax the thighs and the knees. And the ankles, the calves. Relax the feet. Relaxing deeper and deeper into the present moment. To further this relaxation, concentrate on the toes. Each toe individually. Relax the heels and the bottom of the feet. From the feet, going up towards the head, begin to relax further each part of your body and notice if there are any areas that are a little bit not as relaxed as everything else, and send your breath there. Sometimes it's just the top that keeps a muscle or a body part tight. Releasing that top, sending the breath there. Remember gratitude, staying strong in your frame. The more grateful you are, the more strength you are going to have. The more grateful you are, the more strength you have. Scan again through the body, notice any areas. Visualize purple light circling around your head. Getting inside of your skull, circling inside of the head and outside of the head, spiral like. Hugging you, begin to visualize that light spiraling down the entire body, neck and shoulders, torso, legs and feet, and spiraling back up, creating this beautiful circle of purple energy around you. Let's go deeper into that. Imagine a place that's very tranquil and passive. A beach on a Sunday sunset afternoon, evening slash, with beautiful clouds, purples and yellows and orange and pink. Breathe into the belly. At this stage in our relaxation, we're going to use all the noises around us, the soundtrack of the moment, to bring us further, deeper into our practice. So they won't be distractful, rather than they will be focusing further in the present moment. What if each day you can do this in the morning, relaxing and waking up happy? First 5 minutes of the day. Therefore, the name Take 5. Now concentrate this purple energy that's around you into your center. Now you are at the level of a relaxation that's deeper than before. Begin making circles with the head, and in here we are really trying to move the head away from the shoulders up. So the circles are not that big, it's more like direction is up and then to the sides. Creating space in the neck. Notice any areas that are a little bit weird or something where you want to spend more time. For example, if I move my head forward, I notice on the back side it's tighter on one of the sides. So I'll spend more time there. Maybe spend like a breath or two. And then gently continue the circle and begin to expand it. Bigger diameter. Go back to neutral. And change the direction of the circle. Start with a small circle. Gradually expanding it. Where is the breath? You got yourself drifting away with thoughts. It's normal, we're humans. So the best way is to bring yourself back to the present moment is to use the breath. Where is the breath? Is it going to the belly? And to further that, you could also add the intention in there. Slap it every time you remember it. The more you remind yourself your intention, the more it will become your natural state. So whatever you're sitting, it doesn't matter the position, move the fingertips away from the crown of the head, floating them next to you, but yet far away from the head. Wiggle the fingers. Notice any sensations in the forearms, maybe, or shoulders. Maybe just one of the hands. Or they're even better. Move left ear towards the left shoulder and keep wiggling, especially the right fingertips. Not too much, don't force things, just concentrate on the breath. Remember, each pose, 80% of your full expression of the pose is excellent. 90% is good, but not excellent. 70% is pretty good. Less is more. Right ear towards the right shoulder and elongate through the entire left side, wiggle the left fingertips. Where is the breath? And again, left ear towards the left shoulder. Notice differences between the sides when you do that. Like the chin towards the chest, but keep the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then chin towards the sky, but left ear towards the left shoulder still. And then begin moving forward and backward through the head. Keep wiggling right fingertips far away from the head. Don't force anything, because if you do, the right shoulder is going to get tight. Instead, you try to relax, elongate and expand. Each inhale, elongate, exhale, expand. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Tuck the chin towards the chest, and then chin towards the sky. Again, no forcing, just lightly sneaking in the pose. Whatever you're sitting, place the arms behind you for support, and every time you are on your arms, doesn't matter if they're behind you, in front of you, down facing dog or tabletop or whatever, you want to keep the shy lock in the elbows to protect the joints. So hands behind you and shy lock in the elbows, moving chest towards the sky. And also try not to collapse the shoulder blades behind you, as in this one it's really easy to do so. Instead, you want to space out the shoulder blades and chest towards the sky, and then chin towards the sky. Where is the breath? Inhale, hands above the head, and then exhale forward, right arm underneath. Wrap it around with the left, or should I say on the top, and wrap it around with the left. Left to the left with the right arm. Look towards your right, and breathe. Have the right arm go more towards the left. Expanding the entire outer edge of your right hand. Inhale, left arm forward, and help and go to the right with the right arm. Look towards your left. Relax the shoulders. Be mindful throughout the class. If you feel like drinking water, do so without me saying anything. Water breaks aren't to be told. Don't have to ask permission. Just do it. Inhaling, hands above the head, and cross hands, cross fingers above your head. And then begin caving in forward. Expanding the shoulder blades on the back side, far apart from each other, and then chin towards the chest. So the top part of the torso is really curved. The bottom, lower back is straighter. Strong core. Inhaling back up. And then float the hands down, and then move left leg forward, right foot on the inner left thigh. So place the hands behind you again for support, and you always want to, when you stretch the legs, keep the spine straight. And moving forward towards the toes. So main direction here is forward, not down. I can fold really, really low if I want to, but I don't. I want to go towards the toes to concentrate on stretching the legs. Otherwise, the leg muscles are gonna make the spine muscles give in. Use inhale to back up from the pose slightly, and exhale to relax deeper in towards the toes. Where is the breath? Inhale yourself back up slowly, as you don't want the muscle to snap right back in. And let's change the legs. So right leg forward straight and then left foot on the inner right thigh. Moving towards the toes here as well. Inhale, gaining length in the spine and relaxing the entire leg. Exhale towards the toes. You might notice differences between the legs. It's normal. One could be tighter. Certain poses expose differences more than others. Inhale, gaining length. Exhale, deepen. Your intention. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. 3 times in present time in your head. And what a beautiful sound this instrument makes. Alright, let's place the left foot where it was. Just get it on the outer edge of the right leg or thigh. And then keep the knee towards you with the right hand. And pull it towards your chest. Breathe. Use your left arm for leverage and gain length in the spine and begin rotating towards the left in a twist. And breathe. Keep actively pulling the leg towards you, the left leg. Try to think length and then untwisting, inhaling yourself back to forward. So both legs straight in front of you and use the hands for leverage behind you, moving towards the toes. Again, this is forward, not down. So you want to keep the spine straight, that's why the arms are behind. Forward, inhale, gaining length, exhaling, moving forward. And inhale yourself back to neutral. Move the right foot across on the outer edge of the left thigh. And then hug the right leg with your left arm. Pull the leg towards you. Use the right arm for leverage to gain length in the spine and then twist. Wear length first because the spine, when you twist it, kind of like a rope, it gets shorter versus if you first elongate it and then twist it, it would create more space or stretch the rope. Well, it depends on the rope, but that's the idea. And then look towards the right. Remember, all noises around you are bringing you just further focusing in the present moment, as each moment has its own soundtrack. This moment, right now, the day, the year, it's never gonna be, never was, it is now, the present. Now when you're twisting, the breath is a little bit restricted most of the time, so you might want to force it in, so it goes all the way to the belly. Bring in your life force. And when you're ready, untwist but keep the length of the spine. Moving both legs forward again, once again. The same thing as what we did before. Maybe remove the meat a little bit underneath you. And then moving towards the toes. Flex the toes, point the toes. That changes the stretch on the backs of the legs. Notice that the normal, regular idea here that comes up to you is to move the head forward. But remember, not forward but down. Remember, the neck is beautiful continuation of the spine. So how am I sitting with my neck? Is it a continuation of the spine or is like its own separate thing? So maybe in those poses where we're trying to keep the spine straight as possible, we want to think from tailbone to the crown of the head when we refer to the spine. Inhale yourself back up and make a transition into tabletop. So hands and knees underneath us. And each time we have the hands and knees underneath us, remember to have the elbows share of lock. And also remember to drink water anytime. On inhale, moving the tailbone and the head towards the sky. On exhale, round the back into cat and cow. Moving with the breath. So my breath might be different than your breath length. So match breath with movement as much as possible. On an inhale, tailbone and chin towards the sky. Spacing the shoulder blades, not collapsing them on the back. And then exhale, round the back, spacing the shoulder blades more. Go back to neutral and let's change. So now the fingers are pointed forward. Back up a little bit so you can remove the pressure of the wrists and then move the fingers pointed towards you with palms up. So the exact opposite of where we were. And it could be a little awkward at first. Just notice where you're at. Are the hands different or they're the same? And then begin, maybe stay here. If the breath is full, you're fine. But if it gets a little restricted and it's like, it's not there, then stop and this is good. But if you want to further the stretch, just notice where the breath is. Begin backing away. Breathe. This one is really good if you type a lot or play an instrument or anything with like lots of hands in front of you type of movement, even driving. Inhale forward and get out of here. Sit on your heels and then begin making circles on the wrists, expanding the hands away from you. Breathe. Change the circles of the wrists. Begin moving right arm up. Left one down. Change again the direction of the circle. Move left arm up, right one down. Where is the breath? Place your hands in front of you again and untuck the toes, moving if they were tucked at all. And then moving into downward facing dog. So tailbone up towards the sky, expanding the backs of the legs, and try to look at your navel and move the chest towards the thighs. Where is the breath? Notice any blood going into your head. That's good. Any kind of inversion, this is a lighter inversion, but any kind of inversion where your head is below the hips makes your blood go into the brain, oxygenates the brain, balancing out your hormonal system. Begin walking the heels one at a time, left, right, and then both of them towards the ground, expanding real good the backs of the legs, sending the breath in the entire length of the backs of the legs, and actively pushing the mat away with the hands. Inhale into plank, body flat as a board, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Where is the breath? Inhaling into plank again. Notice how the breath is like super restricted when you're in a plank. Is it because of a lot of core or it's because of a lot of arms? Still move it to the belly. Sometimes you just have to focus on forcing it in all the way to the belly. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Look forward and move left foot forward towards the hands. Plant the right heel down. Tighten the core and lift your arms all the way above your head. Squaring the hips forward. Straighten the front leg. Try to keep the core strong as you're folding forward. And breathe. Bend the left knee and strong core here, lifting arms leading, then the face, and then the body. Warrior one. Strong, powerful pose. Exhale to the side into warrior two. Arms far away from each other. Look behind the left fingertips. Notice if your arms are on the same plane. Sometimes one is lower than the other one. Also notice if you're leaning a little bit forward. You want to be straight. Inhale back into warrior one. Hips are square. Once again into warrior two. Exhale. Notice if the hands are on the same plane. Inhaling, left arm up towards the sky, right one just floats down. Maybe on the right thigh. Slightly overhead and towards the back heel with the left fingertips. Elongating real good the entire left side. Back into warrior two. Left elbow goes towards the left thigh and right arm overhead. Right fingertips away from the right heel. Move the right shoulder back as much as possible. Well, as much as possible means 80%. Back into warrior two. Windmilling hands, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg behind you. And then far away from the hands as much as possible. Make circles with the left foot. Back to regular downward facing dog, all feet on the ground. Pushing actively the mat away with the hands. Inhale into plank. And then begin riding the breath down, all the way down. Inhaling up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and move the left foot forward towards the hands this time, and then plant the left heel down for support. Squaring the hips forward, engage the core, and begin moving. Arms leading first, then the face, and then the torso. Warrior one on this side. And breathe. Strong, powerful pose. Everything is super powerful here. Try to feel the mat or the ground with the entire area of both feet. Straighten the front leg and then fold over very slowly. And breathe. Bend the right leg, lifting up, leading with the face and arms, and then torso after that. First arms, then face and torso. That kind of helps keeping the spine straight and strong versus jerking into the pose. And once again, fold over the front leg and breathe. Bend the front leg, lift up warrior one again. And turn to the side for warrior two, expanding the hands far apart from each other. Look beyond the right fingertips. Notice if the hands are on the same plane. Straightening the torso if you're leaning forward a little bit. This is one of those poses that we don't realize sometimes how much we are leaning forward versus strong. Think up. Inhale back into warrior one, squaring the hips forward. Remember, all the noises on the background are to focus you in the present moment. Excuse my dog choking in the background. And back into warrior two, moving the arms far apart from each other. Right arm up towards the sky, left one just floats behind you, maybe on the left eye. Expanding real good the right side. Keep sending the breath into the belly. Back into warrior two. Right elbow goes towards the right eye, left arm overhead and away from the left heel. Look underneath the left arm. Inhaling back into warrior two. With kneeling hands, downward facing dog. Elevate the right leg behind you this time. And then begin making circles with the ankle. Regular downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Elevate the left leg behind you. Inhaling into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog on 3 legs. Inhale forward into plank, 3 legs. Good. Back to downward facing dog, all feet on ground. Elevate the right leg this time. Inhale into plank. Exhale into downward facing dog with 3 legs. Inhale into plank. Back to dog. All feet on the ground. Knees on the mat and extend the hands forward as much as 80%. And then forehead to the ground into child's pose. Relaxed. Move the breath on the back of the lungs. Trying to move the tailbone away from the fingertips. Transition through a tabletop. Tug the toes, lift downward facing dog. Begin walking the feet towards the hands and find yourself in forward fold. Extend the feet shoulder distance between them, and then maybe bend the knees here if you have to, and then place the palms facing up, fingertips back underneath your feet, and kind of step on top of your palms. If you have to, again, bend the knees so you can reach. And breathe. On each out breath, chest is moving more towards the knees. Also, on each out breath, you're straightening the legs more.
Unstep the hands, is that the word? And begin walking the hands towards the left. Maybe bend slightly the left knee more. Extending really good the entire right side of the spine and right leg. Very slowly begin to walk the hands towards the middle. Give the body a chance to respond. Moving towards the right with the hands. Expanding really good the left side and the left leg. Breathe. Walking the hands towards the middle. Tighten the core and begin lifting up one vertebra at a time. Couple shoulder rolls on the top. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, forward fold. And sit. Drag the knees towards the chest. And then make a couple of roly-polies. Massaging the spine. And then place the feet on the mat. And begin lifting the feet up towards the sky. Place the arms on the T, so far away from the heart center. It will be easier if you have the palms down. Engage the core and exhale, feet towards the left, halfway. Inhale, back up. Exhale towards the right, halfway. Use the arms for leverage. Inhale, back up. Now you can deepen that as much as you want, is just notice where the breath is. If the breath is restricted to the left, inhale back up and then to the right. If the breath is restricted, you're just pushing a little too hard. Always notice the breath and go accordingly. And just keep floating. So when you go to the side, it will be an exhale. Going back up towards the sky, inhale. Keep floating. And also, your intention. Magic. And no, I'm not cheating. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. So when you have enough of that, you can just stop. So mindfulness is something that you are in the present moment, noticing where what's happening, where you're at. Are you forcing? Are you pushing too much? I can do this. I can compete with all the other people. No, it's about you. The practice is only about you and you only. So do so accordingly. Like I have enough of that. Hugging the knees towards the chest when you're ready. Moving left and right, massaging the spine. And then lift the legs up again towards the sky. Use the arms for leverage behind you, and then move the feet above the head into a plow pose. In this one, it's very important to place the shoulders underneath you and do not move the neck left or right. We're gonna slowly exhale that one vertebra at a time, and you will see the next time we're coming back to this pose, you'll be able to go a little further with the feet. It's like that. Moving left and right, massaging the spine. Okay, once again, plant the hands down for support. And move the feet above the head into plow pose. Maybe bend the knees to the two sides of your ears. Feet together, one vertebra at a time, lowering. Moving left and right, massaging the spine, hugging the knees. Climb the heels down. Moving to a bridge pose, lifting up the hips. Walk the shoulders underneath you. Remember to do 80%, not 100%. And then lift up the hips more. Slowly lowering and eventually hugging the knees. Moving left and right. Eventually, knees to the left. Right arm behind you. Where is the breath? The breath is a little bit restricted. When you're in a twist. And the knees towards the chest. And knees towards the left, towards the right. Left arm towards the left. Hug the knees. and relax in the last pose, Shavasana. Begin relaxing the entire body from the feet going up. So come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Gently begin moving fingers and toes. Maybe stretch the hands overhead. Real good. And eventually find yourself to one side. Help with the arms to lift up. I strongly suggest you to contemplate after you're meditating or after yoga class in general, or even in the morning or every time you lift yourself from a bed or a couch. Try to not use as much slamming yourself out of the pose or going fast. Instead, do use core, but use the arms also to keep your spine straight, especially after yoga class. That's when we turn to one side and strong straight spine lifting up. I did learn that from one of my super old teachers in meditation. And, I used to get out of Shavasana with this ninja like jump.
placing the feet first and then the entire body move and up. And then he told me that that's actually what I don't want to do because it would lessen the space between the vertebrae in the spine. Now it's different when you like work out and all that, but when you're in Shavasana and your body is relaxed, right, it kind of makes sense. So you're welcome. Welcome to your new you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. See you Monday. Okay, bye. And have a good weekend.